Okay, I am here. Whew. Let's do this thing. Alrighty, okay, so we have GTA. Alrighty, okay, so we have GTA San Andreas, the Any% showcase coming up right now by 123robot. So feel free to take it away.
Alright, thank you. Hello and welcome to San Andreas. This is a GTA game, not the latest one. It's the older one, although it's a newer version of the older one, which is a weird thing. But yeah, hi, I'm 123robot and I'm going to be showing you, guiding you through the mess that is San Andreas Any%. It's become quite a little complicated thing recently. So basically, it's a familiar voice. Oh, probably not mine. I'm not familiar. Yeah. So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of weird things that are gonna go on there. Because I'm gonna have a lot to explain. I need to get my head ready. So, basically, the reason this is my estimate for this is so short, and it's not like super long, because GTA games supposed to be super long, right? This is basically a really weird category where you do like a complicated thing, where you like skip all the way to the end by doing like really complicated glitch. So if you like that kind of thing, this is the one for you, I guess. Yeah, I think that's everything I need to explain. I'll get into the rest in a minute. I should just start. So, right. The time officially starts after this loading screen finishes, but I guess I'll just count, and then, the time can start when I finish. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And then hopefully that's lined up as accurately as possible. So, yeah. The version I'm playing on isn't the normal version, so you might notice some differences with how it looks compared to how you might be used to, depending on which version you played on. But if the version you played isn't like if you originally played one of the other versions, it might look different. Like the cars might look shiny and stuff. Yeah. I'm supposed to be looking for something and I'm not finding it. Oh, never mind, there it is. Right, oh, thank God. This won't be as bad as the last time I did this in marathon then. So yeah, for the start of this I need a cop bike. And the side mission you start with the cop bike is needed to set up the first part of this. And it also needs a gun to make stuff faster. So yeah, like I explained before, well, like I was in the middle of explaining, this is a newer version of the game. Basically a remastered version made by another studio. The reason we use this is because they kind of messed up a few things in it, made it a bit more broken, and introduced some glitches that help us do the things we need to do. Ooh. Actually, I need to do this at a very particular time, so just give me a second. I'm in the middle of setup, but I need to make sure I get this right. Hopefully that was right. It might not have been. So yeah, basically, the way that works... Hold on, also needs grenades. Don't mind me, I'm just collecting various setup things. So basically, the way this works is it hinges on one specific variable in the code, which is basically the time from the game started to current time. And that's only updated on certain events, like being on Vigilante, so that's why I started Vigilante. And I tried to stop Vigilante at a very particular moment to make sure the value was exactly what I want. Because for the value, like, it needs to be a very specific value, because it's going to be... The value it is, like, depends what happens, right? It decides what happens. So, yeah. Was that a good? That wasn't a good explanation. Yeah, so we're going to exploit the value basically. We're going to use it to do something else that it doesn't, like, you don't normally use it for.
Grab a bike and pedal. Either you ain't forgotten that. Follow my lead.
Like, we're going to use it to decide which mission to jump to. Like, we can use the value of that to jump basically anywhere in the script. But we're going to try and jump to the last mission so he can just finish the game instantly. Hello, can you die? Okay, he can't, but that's okay. Okay, that's fine. Just give me this. Okay, get on. CJ! Oh my god, CJ is going everywhere but on the bike. Okay, that went well. So what I was trying to do was shoot the ballers, but I missed completely every single time. Shooting the ballers out of the pistol skips the cutscene, skips a short cutscene coming up, so that's why I wanted to kill them, but I missed, which is funny because every time I practice this I didn't miss. Oh, and now a car's gone in the way of Sweet. Oh, but even better. So you need to push Sweet for this. For the mission to progress, he needs to go through a bunch of triggers. So him getting stuck is slowing us down. We need to help him, and spinning him out slows him down too, but that's also fine. Like, as long as I don't horribly die or crash the game or whatever, I'm not. This is still better than last time I did this at a marathon. So, you know, I think they just popped my tire as well. But that's fine too. That's fine too. We'll make do with all of this. Yeah, so the only reason I picked up that pistol was to kill the ballers, and then I just missed them anyway. But whatever. Who said speedruns ever have to be fast, really? I've not been looking at if anyone's had any questions, because I've had too many things to explain. So, yeah, the mission script that lets us skip to the end of the game is in the second mission. So basically the only reason we have to do the first mission so we can get to the second mission, which will let us skip to the end of the game. So, the best we can do is just try to do this mission as fast as possible. Hold on, I need to wait for them. Alright, so what I'm doing here, normally you would just follow them directly, right? Because I was just saying you want them to hurry up to get to a certain place, push them to get through the triggers. But a very weird thing about this speedrun is that vending machines are really bad because the particular value that we tried to set at with Vigilante earlier, that's updated by the vending machine script if you get close to a vending machine. Did Ryder pass me? Oh, he did. I didn't even see him. Flipping hell, Ryder zoom in. Ryder zoom in. Didn't realise he got so far ahead. Christ alive. So yeah, like the vending machines, which, you know, you normally go up to, you know, you go up to them and, you know, CJ gets a drink or whatever and he heals up and he's like, woo, I'm better, and he gives you health. But yeah, something about the script for them causes the important variable lets us skip to the end of the game to get updated. And we'd rather that stayed what we said it, because we definitely said it perfectly. So I mentioned, by the way, that setting that bloody variable is like millisecond precise timing. So in all likelihood, I haven't gotten it correctly. That's why it's a showcase. Because the chances of me getting like a proper full run through this are so slim it's barely even worth talking about. So after it inevitably crashes because I set the value wrong, there's literally no way for me to know I've got the right value or not until I see if I go to enter the line or not. Which is the most annoying thing about this. Like, you can do everything absolutely perfectly, but you were 1 millisecond off, so runs over. You know, you gotta have a lot of patience for categories like this, very technical stuff like this. Also, another weird thing about this version is that they made a bunch of cutscenes unskippable. Like, you can normally skip that cutscene in the other version, but not now. Yeah, vending machine's bad. We have to go in there to do that cutscene, or else we can't get to the next mission. Okay, right. So this is where things get even weirder. So hold on to your hats. Right, so we need to go over here to the bar to do the next part of the glitch. You'll notice I've just passed a vending machine there. Very luckily, we get a free pass at a vending machine. It doesn't update it the first time you go past one, so that means we can do the next part of the glitch. Very lucky. If I can time this right, there we go. Okay, so you'll notice the screen is all white. That's not supposed to happen. That's a glitch. Glitches. Okay. Yeah, so what I did a really weird glitch with the vending machine. I need to make sure I hold a bunch of buttons. Okay, I held them. I was having a lot of trouble with that in practice. Yeah, so you do a really weird glitch with the vending machine there. The arcade machine. There's so many machines. It's fitting because I'm a robot, hey. But, yeah. you just have to, you basically time some inputs really precisely, and it causes the arcade machine to bake. And that allows us to get this glitched phone call, which we'll do something with in a minute, if you can keep up. Oh god. Okay, hold a bunch of buttons, run to this marker, let go of a bunch of buttons, then Ryder makes a noise. Nice noise, Ryder, that was very good. So yeah, by glitching the arcade machine, we can bring a phone call with us into another mission. So, normally you can't have phone calls with you in a mission, because they're considered like on the mission, because there's like a thing that checks if you're on a mission. And if you're on a mission, you're not supposed to be able to have phone calls. But we get a phone call without it realizing, with it thinking that we don't have a phone call, so we can start the mission, and then let go of the phone call, and then it thinks we're not on a mission again, because the phone call ended. If that makes sense. I held a phone call going in there, by the way, because I need to do some other stuff. Also need to get this particular haircut to do the glitch right. Like, basically, almost every single thing I do is for a specific purpose for the setup of the glitch. If that wasn't obvious. Yeah. So the reason I held that phone call there so I can get control in this cutscene. Old V still got it cracking. So yeah. Give me a second. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay. So, I held a phone call there so I could let go within the cutscene, which gives me control again. If you let go of the call of a phone call during a cutscene. Of course, they didn't plan for that because you're not supposed to have phone calls in missions in the first place, so yeah. Yeah, so now what I'm doing... Well, first of all, I'm repeating Ryder's line over and over, because there's a very specific point in the mission script right after this line that I want the script to be in, for it to be able, for the glitch to work, so that jumps me to end of the line part 3. Oh, we still got a crack in. So by pausing and unpausing, I keep restarting his line, so that means I can delay it until I'm ready with all the setups I need to do for the rest of the glitch. Oh, we still got a crack in. Ho-ho! Everyone loves this line yet? How sick of it are you exactly? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, this part I really need to focus, so I'll explain more in a minute. One elephant. Oh. Ooh. Wait, what? Oh, that was weird. That was a weird way for that to bake. Okay, so I was expecting that. I was expecting it to bake. Like I said, there's a very particular millisecond value you have to set the variable to. And if it's not the right variable, most likely it'll crash. Sometimes something else weird will happen, but most of the time it's just going to crash, so yeah. So that's a showcase of what happens when it doesn't go right, which is the majority of the time. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, weird. Huh. Oh, I guess because I messed this up. Right. I look how I'm like, wait, what's happening? It's easy to lose track. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now is show you what's supposed to happen if you do the if you somehow get the value correct. So yeah, the only way you can actually see if the value's right is through like external programs like Cheat Engine, and that'll tell me what the value is. So apparently my value was about 100 milliseconds too early. That's some pretty shoddy timing, but I try my best. I try my best. So yeah, I'm going to cheat the value to be what I want it to be so that I can show you what happens when this actually goes correctly. So yeah, the way these kinds of runs work is people just, you know, grind this for like over and over, like 1,000 times until they just happen to get the right value. And then yeah, that doesn't spawn for some reason from a checkpoint, so I'll get another car. Taxi, you'll do. So yeah, insane people, which may or may not include me, do this like over 1,000 times until they get the right millisecond, then they warp to end of line part 3, and then they're like, oh my god, whoa, that was me in the past. That was me, is what I'm saying. That was me. I didn't actually mention well, I have a lot of experience in this category. I'll tell you what. I used to hold the world record for it a couple of months back, and I helped discover a strat, the arcade machine one. So yeah, this is hold near and dear to my heart. That's one way of saying it. It's more like Stockholm Syndrome, you know. I've done it so much that I can't let go. It won't let me. So yeah, we're gonna be done with this in a minute. Oh well, not a minute, a few minutes. We're gonna be done with the part where I warp to the end in a few minutes. But then I still have to do the last mission. But fortunately, the last mission's really easy, so it doesn't matter. I guess I should look at the chat to see if anyone has any questions. Hold this. Yeah, game breaks. Yeah, game breaks.
Come on.
Did I explain what happened there? I didn't, did I? Oh god, I'm so overloaded with things to explain. I guess I have another opportunity to explain it. Hooray for showcases. Oh yeah, I don't have to cancel out of that. Some of the things I run the normal version of this as well, and in the other version of the game that's used for most of the other types of speedruns. A lot of things about that work a bit differently, so it could be weird switching between them. So yeah, I'm doing this again. If you ever run this category and you post a video of you doing it, prepare for all of the comments to be this line. Or some variation on it. So yeah, I guess I can explain better what I'm doing here. So what first of all, I'm running here because in a cutscene you're not able to enter vehicles, so you have to run all the way back. And then what I do, because the game thinks I'm not on a mission, it allows me to start other missions. And in this case, I want to start the same mission again to dupe it, which lets me enter cars so that I can do the whole thing with the cop bike. Because to trigger the glitch, I need to be able to start the vigilante submission from the cop bike. Vigilante submission. You don't even know what the vigilante submission is like if you've not played it. If you just watch this run, you'll be like, oh, that's the submission that makes the game. My favourite. Something. Hold on. One elephant. Oh, thank God I got it. I screwed that up a bit because, oh my god. I tried to restart the line right as the thing restarted. Okay, so yeah, that's what happens, basically. That's how it goes. What happens when that's successful, you do that, and you warp to the end of the game. Last time you saw the camera went weird, and then the game crashed. Like, that's what happens most of the time. But, this is what people are trying to do. Get, like, the exact right value to warp to the end of the game. You know, not cheating and not modding, I swear. This is literally just how the game code works. It's very, very strange. Like, very particular millisecond values. Whoa, we're at the end of the game. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, I crashed the car. I hope I don't fail the last mission. You know, this last mission's very hard to fail, by the way. So if I fail it, it's very embarrassing. It's very lucky that the last mission is actually really easy. Because, you know, there are a bunch of missions in GTA that are like hard gunfights, but the last mission is literally just an auto-scroller. Just chasing this guy and then an auto-scroller. So fortunately you have almost nothing to worry about once you get to this point. Like, you just drive along, like la-da-da. It's quite casual, really. Although this is actually the last part of the last mission. The last mission is split into 3 parts in the mission script as like a checkpoint sort of system. And this is supposed to be the last checkpoint where you chase this fire truck and everything. So we jump to, you know, the very last part of it. Because, you know, we don't want to do the others. Speed and such. And also, even if we did warp to the other ones, we'd have no guns, so we'd be like, oh god, we're dead. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got to say, I'm glad this went pretty well. I'm gonna be underestimate here. I was really generous with my estimate, because last time I did this run, it went, like, the marathon, it went absolutely terribly. So I was like, okay, I'll be a bit more generous this time. And it worked out, because I think we were a bit behind, right? So this should help, hopefully. Hooray! I mean, we're probably still behind, but not as behind as we would be if I failed horribly, so yay. Do I want to explain a bit more of how that worked? After I catch Sweet, catching Sweet as it happens is really hard. Catching Sweet isn't actually hard, but if you're not paying attention, you can screw it up. And like, you know, there are people who have ruined PBs and world records to missing Sweet. Because at the end of this mission, the only active thing you really need to do in this mission is catch Sweet. Like, he falls off the fire truck and you need to catch him or he dies. How did that not count? You've got to be kidding me. Get ahead. Okay, wonderful. I wasn't worried. I definitely have never messed that up before. But yeah, he just falls onto your car and gets in, and then that's that. Easy. Easy, easy.
Take the wheel. It's payback time.
But yeah, Yeah. And then this part's just an auto-scroller where you shoot things. It's really easy, so we don't need to really pay much attention. Like, you know, we did all the hard technical stuff. Now we're just doing normal game. Which, you know, looks bland in comparison, really, doesn't it? Yeah, what I did before, right? Oh, how do I explain it? So I blew up Ryder's car, you may remember. Haha. Any GDA memers in chat? Blowing up Ryder's car, yeah. So yeah, I blew up Ryder's car, and that ended the second instance of the mission. So that triggered the next part of the other version of Ryder, the mission script, to play, so that the precise part of the mission that causes the skip was active. So basically what happens is you start Vigilante, yeah? And then, like, you know, the code gets all funky. And then it interacts in such a perfect way that it interprets, like, the jumbled mission scripts as like a, at that very particular point as a jump command to the variable that we set with Vigilante and the value of that. So basically, the value of the variable that we're setting is a point in the script that we want to jump to. And obviously that's very specific. Like, having to rely on timing for that is really, really annoying. This is, like, you just have to get lucky, really. Like, there's an element of knowing around when you do it, like, you know, people have references for, like, around when it gets to 7:46 on the in-game clock, but for the most part, you just get familiar with the rough area of when it happens, and then, you know, you just try and hope for the best. And hope that you got jumped to the right part of the script. Because, yeah, most points you jump to will just fake everything. But, you know, there's a couple bits that will actually jump to the part that starts to end of line part 3, and it works, and you go, wow. And it's amazing. If it works. Which, you know, it doesn't normally. As I demonstrated in the first attempt. Other than that, I think I'll explain everything. Any questions? Yeah, I missed between last marathon. Oh yeah, I guess we can advertise the next part. Rhythm Heaven Fever up next. I like me some Rhythm. That'll be very calming after this really intense, bloody, stressful run, where my mouth is running non-stop trying to explain everything. Ugh. Why does everything I run have to be so stressful? There's no downtime. Well, there's downtime now, but it's just more downtime for me to explain more things. I seem to do it something to be hyped about. Yeah. Hype and such. Hype. Woo. Hype for finished run. Hype for next run. Hype for marathon. Hype for everything. Woo. Good stuff. Marathon seems to be going well so far, so that's nice. Good job to everyone who helped set this up and stuff. And thanks for having me on, of course. Very good. I guess I should say when the timer stops. It'll be in a couple seconds. I'll shout stop when it does. 1, 2, 3. Stop. And there we go. Time. About 20 minutes. That's a lot better than my last marathon where I took about 40. It took about double that time. So that went about as well as it could have, really. Other than me somehow getting the warp on the very first attempt. That couldn't have gone any better. So I'm really happy with that. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone who, you know, who's part of this marathon, who's taking part in the marathon. Good luck to all the upcoming runners. Thank you to, you know, everyone who helped discover the stats for this game, mostly Powdernet. He's the main crazy guy who helped figure this out. So thanks to him, but thanks to everyone else who helped as well. And good job to everyone, so, yeah. Game's over, run's over. I think that finishes me off. Yeah. Goodbye.
Alrighty.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
It used to be 4 hours before they discovered this. Like, just think of that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mad.
Mad.
Like I said, 20 minutes a game that was, what, 6 hours that got brought down to less than 30 is pretty damn mad.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Anyway, on that note, that actually brings us on to a nice little break between runs. Next up we have Rhythm Heaven Fever, which is being done by Angry British Cat. So we're going to get that set up and get that started as soon as. That is on the Nintendo Wii. and that'll be coming up very shortly.